We, the bona fide students of Cebu Normal University Balamban campus, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to establish a student government that shall truly embody our ideals and aspiration, promote the common good, welfare and interest, enhance and develop our potentials, and secure to ourselves a sense of independence under the rule of law, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. Good day, Balamban Normalites. I am Fatima Espinosa, the President of the Supreme Student Council of Cebu Normal University Balamban Campus. And today I will discuss the Supreme Student Council Constitution and Bylaws. Article 1 General Provisions. The Article 1 General Provisions in the Constitution states that this shall be known as Supreme Student Council of Cebu Normal University Balamban Campus, and it shall govern the SSC of CNU Balamban. Additionally, we have the SSC officers who are the student leaders elected at large to hold the SSC. Proceeding to Article 2, Name and Domicile. So in this article, the SSC is the highest governing body of CNU Balamban campus and must have an office located in the campus area. So last week, the SSC have already located and prepared their office. So by the time that we can take our oath of office, we can be fully functional as SSC officers.
Hola, Ka-Normalites. I am John Albertson, your SSC Vice President. Article 3, Declaration of Principles and Objectives, Section 1 and 2. Section 1. The SSC upholds the supremacy of the Philippine Constitution as the expression of the sovereign will of the people and as the supreme law of the land. Section 2. The SSC of CNU Balamban Campus believes the following. There are three categories. A. That access to education shall be given to everyone. B. That education shall develop man's physical, mental, social, cultural, political, and spiritual potentials to the fullest in order to realize a human and humane existence for all. C. That education should enhance critical and analytical thinking, sound judgment, free from superstitious and myth belief.
Good day, Normalites. This is Erniel Kumad, your newly elected SSC Senator. Article 4 Membership Section 1. The SSC shall be composed of all bona fide students of CNU Balamban campus. To be a member of CNU Balamban SSC officers is you must possess an authentic character and will genuinely serve your fellow CNU Balamban Normalites. Article 5 Rights and Privileges of Members Section 1. The following shall be the rights and privileges of every member to enjoy freedom of expression and inquiry.
So here are the rights and privileges of all members. That is to have his grievances or complaint, the right to suffrage, to be informed of all undertakings, the right to examine all reports, and to propose resolutions and motions, and to cast his or her votes. Now jumping on to the Article 9, which is the composition of the officers of the Supreme Student Council. So the SSC shall be composed of the following officers: President, Vice President, Secretary, Assistant Secretary, Treasurer, Auditor, two Public Information Officers, three Business Managers, 12 Senators, and two Department Representatives, one for Education and one for Tourism, and lastly, one representative for the first year. So moving on to Article 10, which are the duties and powers of SSC officers. For the President, he or she shall be elected at large, shall preside in all meetings, shall sign in any documents, and evaluate regularly the performance of her officers, keep the members and officers of the organization fully informed, represent the policy making of the university, approve all disbursement of student funds, create social committees, create special or urgent meeting, represent the body in any administrative transactions, and shall perform such other functions called by his or her office.
Article 9, Letter D, Duties and Powers of SSC Officers, Section 2, Vice President. A. He shall be elected at large. B. He shall assist the President whenever the need arises. C. He shall assume the office of the President in case of incapacity, resignation, impeachment, or impermanent vacancy of the latter. D. He shall preside the Senate meetings or session. Thank you, everyone.
J. Balamba Normalites, I am Maria Jubilee Harabi, your newly elected SSC Secretary. Under the Article 9, the Supreme Student Council are the duties and powers of SSC officers. Section 3. Secretary. He or she shall be elected at large. He or she shall attend meetings of the government and keeps journals of minutes of each proceeding and records of the SSC. He or she shall attend all proclamation of the executive orders, resolutions, or motions signed by the President. He or she shall send notice to the officers 3 days prior to the meetings. He or she shall prepare a semester report for the SSC President. He or she shall forward to the SSC President copies of the approved resolutions within 72 hours after the approval. He or she shall sign and countersign the certificate of membership resolution or any documents of the SSC government. He or she shall be responsible for all the necessary communication. And lastly, he or she shall make reports on all activities conducted by the SSC.
Good day, everyone. I am Janela Rose Estalani Garo, a fourth-year student of BSED 4A, and your newly elected SSC Assistant Secretary. Under the Article 9, the Supreme Student Council, Section 4, Assistant Secretary. Letter A. He or she shall be elected at large. B. He or she shall also assist the Secretary whenever the need arises. C. He or she shall assume the office of the Secretary in case of incapacity, resignation, impeachment, or permanent vacancy of the latter. And the last one, D. He or she shall also help make reports on all the activities conducted by the SSC.
Good day, Balamba Normalites. I am Karen Joy Maunas, your newly elected SSC Treasurer. Article 9, the Supreme Student Council. Section 5, the Treasurer. A. He or she shall be elected at large. B. He or she shall be custodian of all funds of the SSC government. C. He or she shall collect fees, dues, and other financial obligations accruing to the government. D. He or she shall record all expenditures of the government. This includes the liquidations and receipts. E. He or she shall pay and deposit all funds collected and received in the name of the SSC government. F. He or she shall pay and deposit any financial obligations of the government when duly authorized by the President. G. He or she shall report financial statement of government funds during General Assembly, duly signed by the auditor. H. He or she shall prepare financial documents and records available for auditing purposes.
Good day, Normalites. I am Yuli Grace K. Yuldan, your newly elected SSC Auditor. Section 6, Auditor. He or she shall be elected at large. He or she shall audit all income and expenditure of the government. He or she shall suspend payments, vouchers, or any transactions discovered as irregular. He or she shall conduct regular and surprise auditing of the Book of Accounts of the Treasurer. He or she shall ensure that all funds of the government are spent. He or she shall keep inventory of all the properties of the government. He or she shall perform other duties assigned to him or her by the President.
duties and powers of the business manager. Just like any other position, he or she must be elected at large and shall also be in charge of the purchase of all facilities and materials needed in the activity of the government, and shall also submit all the receipts of the purchase to the treasurer, take charge of the program activities, and shall perform any other duties assigned to him or her by the president.
Section 8. Public Information Officer. He or she shall be elected at large. He or she shall give all necessary information on the affairs and activities conducted by the government.
Hello everyone, good day. I am Donabel M. Hortilano, your newly elected SSC Senator. Now let's take a look at Section 9, the Senate. A. They shall be elected at large. B. They shall act as the law-making body of the government. C. They shall pass or approve the bills and resolutions. D. They shall have a sole authority to make appropriation of student funds.
Good day everyone, I'm Mark Denzel T. Garcia, your newly elected SSC Senator. Let's continue Section 9, the Senate. E. In the case of the President's veto, the Senate may override by a 3/4 votes of its total membership. F. They shall have the right to create rules, regulations, and policies within the government. G. They may authorize the SSC President to negotiate or transact business agreement with any person's entity for the welfare of the government.
Good day, Normalites. I am Annie Marayan, your newly elected SSC Education Representative. Section 10 Department Representative. He or she shall be elected at large. He or she shall attend meetings.
Good morning, Balamban Normalites. I am Dynexel Shane Kumad, your newly elected SSC Tourism Representative. Article 9, the Supreme Student Council. Section 10. I am Dynexel Shane Kumad, your newly elected SSC Tourism Representative. Article 9, the Supreme Student Council. Section 10. He or she shall assist in school activities. He or she shall perform other duties assigned to him or her by the President.
Article 10 Suspension, Expulsion, and Impeachment. So here are the following reasons why an SSC officer may be suspended or impeached from his or her incumbency. It could be for the culpable violation of the SSC Constitution, dishonesty and disloyalty, abuse of authority, oppression in office, gross negligence of the duty, graft and corruption, immorality, insubordination, betrayal of the student's trust, habitual absenteeism, and any other acts that may be defined by the Senate. So, all of these actions are not allowed in the SSC, and if you wish to be part of the organization, you must be responsible to your duties. Additionally, if a student in CNU Balamban will file a written complaint against any irresponsible SSC officer, they can do so. The complaint must be signed by the complainant and copy of which shall be served to the respondents within 3 days for the filing of the complaint. That will be all. Thank you so much for listening.